Hi there, Internet. My name is Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of Loki Episode 4, The Nexus Event. Let's do it. So welcome back to my review series for Loki. If you've been watching my reviews so far, you know that I've really been digging this show, and that I'm in the minority in that Episode 3 was my favorite up until this point. I will say this straight up, this episode beats that episode for me. I loved this one. I should say this will be a spoiler-free review, though how I'm going to review this particular episode without spoilers is beyond me, but I will. I'll figure it out. But if you are looking for more spoilery thoughts, Chris and I will be doing a full spoilers review of this on our podcast Mass Media Hysteria, which will be going up on the channel on Monday, so check back for that if that's your thing. But yeah, I love this episode. It was fun, it was emotional, we got a lot of answers for concepts that have been sort of teased up until this point. We also got a return of Mobius, played by Owen Wilson, and Ravonna, played by Gugu Mbatha-Raw, who, much as I loved last week's show, were sorely missed. Now we get a cold open that gives us a little bit more context for like a major character, then we jump in the opening titles, and then we pick up where we left off last week with Loki and Sylvie on Lamentis, as that world is literally about to end. Not only do the two of them have a really lovely sort of end-of-the-world conversation about their histories, we also sort of see them coming together as lovers, or at least as friends, and I'm loving the chemistry between Hiddleston and Di Martino. Thought the dialogue was really solid as well. But for me, the visuals in this sequence may be the most stunning out of anything of these three Marvel shows so far. It was just gorgeous. We get a little bit more of that Loki, Mobius buddy cop flavor that I'm really digging. These two actors just play off one another really freaking well. It's funny, but it's also kind of touching. It's a great dynamic. One character that I've been curious about but hasn't had too much to do as of yet has been Hunter B-15, played by Wunmi Mosaku. I'm pretty sure she's been in every episode so far, but mostly kind of relegated to background. She's got a pretty major arc in this one, and I really dug it. She's a badass. And this episode is pretty shocking in its own way. I won't go into spoilers, obviously, but there are a couple moments that I really didn't see coming. I wonder if they're gonna stick. I kinda doubt they will. The MCU has a habit of retconning things. We do get to see Loki get sent to what is essentially like a kind of version of purgatory, and it does bring in a character that we know from before. And while I did enjoy this scene, it did feel a little bit obvious to me, a little bit goofy. Like I felt I knew exactly where the scene was going, and that's exactly where the scene went, but still, I got a couple of laughs out of it. Now, as much as I really enjoyed this episode, and again, it's my favorite of the show so far, there was one scene that was a big problem for me. There's this big, important conversation between Loki and Sylvie and a couple other characters, and with a few of them, like, I literally couldn't understand what they were saying. I had to pause and scrub back and put on subtitles. There's an effect and an echo on their voices, which admittedly sounds really cool, but it makes it impossible to follow the dialogue. I feel like that's a pretty major problem. I'm reminded of Bane in The Dark Knight. I don't care how cool or interesting a character is, if I can't understand that, it kind of renders them a little bit useless. I'm honestly not sure how this episode was released without that audio having been fixed. I'm kind of flabbergasted by that. Still, like I said, loved this episode, best of this limited series so far. It's crazy to me that we only have 2 more episodes to go, but I'm super psyched to see how this whole thing concludes. So those are my thoughts on Loki Episode 4, The Nexus Event. Now, I want to know, what did you think about the episode? What Marvel property are you most looking forward to that's coming out in the next couple of years? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button, give it a share if you really enjoyed it. Just helps the video get to more people, helps the channel grow. I appreciate it very much. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, Loki, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Take care.